2 guys. Seraphic Nexus versus Damage Networks. Damage Networks just taking round 1 and on their Marine game. And here we go. We are going to start SNX getting into the comm chair. And we're going to hear the countdown. There we go. Traded positions. Down in shipping starts SNX. Up in server room.
Is that an
starts
early arms
DN.
lab? What am I seeing there? Yeah, really early arms lab, but they must have a plan there.
Yep, early arms lab opening there. Wow, 2-1-2 split and 5. DN going for a rush, taking down Kerr. Rantology goes down.
We're seeing the potential for a base rush. 3 Skulks, one with really low health, but the 2 others are full health. We've got Ghost Tree from the command chair actually getting out and a respawn and outside to defend. So the Skulks actually changed plan and they're looking like they're getting back to hub. But this is exactly what we needed from last game. Those Skulks doing much more successful job. Fantastic pickup from Nez there. Forcing these Marines to actually play a bit differently, forcing them to defend a bit. Slowing them down.
Ridiculous coming up, taking down Nez while sneaking up on him in the hub. We're seeing now in observation Kerr and Doom building up that power node, building up that RT. On the other side of the map, we got 3 Skulks, Rantology, Boom, and Ridiculous in repair room. Jack the only one firing down that hallway, trying to keep those guys at bay. Backed up there by Outsider. We're seeing the first Drifter on the field moving to, sorry, second one moving into hub.
Yeah, you seem to
getting
surrounded. You got Rantology and Blue coming in from behind, but actually Nez was coming down that south tunnel and actually saw and called out, you know, these guys are coming behind you. So 4v2 there actually went in the Aliens' favour, even though they were spotted. We're seeing Armor 1 is just completed, so the Marines have a plan, they've got the early Armor 1, they must think that's just an extraordinarily good early investment, because I mean they've sitting on 3 extractors, but they've got very few T-res, having bought that, 40 T-res for the early Armor 1.
Well, I mean, does it go 20... because I know it raised, right? So 20,
I think it's 20, 25, 30.
20, 25, 30? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and look, weapons one. So huge investment here for early resources into these upgrades. Let's hope it pays
I'm confident.
off.
I'm pretty sure it's going to work out. Look at the map control. I mean, the Marines haven't lost that much from expending all that investment. They've got repair room, they've got elevator transfer, and they're winning the combat. And these Aliens are actually going to start suffering once the weapons 1 is finished. They're going to be so much weaker than the Marines. You
know, I see commanders that go, you know, upgrades first, and I don't know if this is for, you know, vanilla, or, you know, I saw this back in vanilla, but this could carry over to BT. But commanders that go upgrades seem to have a lot of confidence in the, you know, in the skills of their Marines on the map, because you're really investing in them.
That's a good point.
You're investing in their shots, you're investing, you know, in their gameplays. So I see that a lot. Like Archaea does upgrades a lot because obviously they're like crack shots. So it's very interesting to see when they do that. Lurk out on the field in front of Rantology over in the hub, backed up by a Gorge. Who's Gorge?
That's handy. Sometimes you see Party Skulk playing Gorge and it's like,
yeah.
Rantology is going to find it very difficult though. I mean, he's going up against some Armor 1, Weapon 1 Marines. There's 2 of them, and if he's not expecting that, he could get taken down a lot quicker. She? Okay.
Rantology is a she.
Well, we're not sexist on Red Dog.
Outsider and Jack now coming into the hub. After that was cleaned up there. Whoa! Gorge and Rant, better be careful. She gets out of there. Gorge goes down. He belly slides up north. Villain runs in there trying to take some of that fire away from them.
I think he saved Gorge.
Yeah,
I think that was the plan. You have to hope.
He was like, he's like, I'll belly slide up while you take the bullet.
At the end of Titanic.
Alright, Outsider and Jack now moving north from the hub into North Tunnels. Boom and Rantology on their heels. Ridiculous above them.
Aliens are going to be in a seriously weak position, I think, in a couple of minutes. I mean, the Marine Commander has just solidly decided, I'm going upgrades, and he's got the extractors to pay for that. And if a Marine has, you know, a Marine Commander, the best thing he wants is to start with a plan and have it not interrupted. If you don't harass the Marine extractors, then his plan isn't interrupted.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that push there, and ET gets pushed away. Kerr is the one left alive. We got Doom over in repair room. He's going to get backed up by a Marine as well. Rentology coming as that lurk through the hub outside ET. It looks like they got a nice little clog wall there to slow them down on that stairwell.
Yeah, the clog will actually stopping them from even having the opportunity to snipe. Stops them from actually getting in position. Rentology actually going in for the 2v1, taking a lot of damage, not actually doing that much.
Alright, Nez, Outsider, and Kerr right around the corner in the hub.
Yeah, a little organised push here.
They got nice double prong pressure. Oh, well, that clog wall didn't really work out.
Oh no, a minor detour.
So there you go. Alright, so,
wow.
So they're applying pressure in Mezzanine, and in ore processing we got Checked and Doom taking down Blue. Rentology flying in there to try to take them out, but she has got to be careful. These guys are armor 2, weapons 2, and think about it. This is actually really smart compared, to the changes. I mean, before in vanilla, very rarely, not rarely, but in vanilla you had, you had people with welders. Welders now have been decreased in cost. They're now just cost 3. They're researched already, like they're just available, period. So almost everyone's going to have a welder. So actually investing in these upgrades, especially when they can just weld out each other's armors and the comm can drop a health pack, and get these guys like fully, repaired and healthed up while they're out on the field, is just so much better for the Marines. They can keep a team staying power.
Yeah, you see these Marines are actually going to be a lot more sustainable. You can drop armor and health on them, and if welders are a lot cheaper, you're going to see Marines, picking up the welders and pushing as a team with the welders, and any hit and run tactics from the aliens. It's going to cost res for the Marine commander, but it's not going to actually take anyone out if they can just weld back up.
Now, just so you guys know, the med packs spam has the spam time has been removed. I know there was like a 0.3 when I left. There was a 0.3 second delay of dropping med packs. That has been removed. You can actually, there's no delay. You can actually just drop them. What has changed is the pickup time for the Marines on med packs. So they can only pick up a med pack every, I think, 0.3 seconds or something like that. I'd have to double check.
So you can drop med packs as fast as you like, but the Marines can't necessarily pick them up.
Right.
As often.
So just like in vanilla, you can drop them as fast, but they cannot pick them up. It doesn't immediately go on them. They have a cooldown on the pickup.
Okay, dokes. Oh, well, that's important because the one thing, they can weld up as much as they like, but if they're sitting on 10 health, they're gonna die.
Exactly. Like one med pack will hit them, but if the aliens are swarming them, it's not like that one Marine that's gonna. Just be so powerful with all these medpack drops on him.
You see one Marine, he's not shooting, he's just jumping around trying not to die, he's getting medpacks and everyone else is doing the shooting.
Alright,
yeah,
now we are seeing these fades come in here with Umbra all around them, and there's the orange glow around those
spraying
aliens.
Everywhere.
They take them out, so 2 fades on the field. Gorge Tunnel linking up, but 2 Marines now in server room. Jecht and Doom moved in just a little bit ago. These fades are responding. 2 shells are up. They did take out 1 shell.
Yeah, that's going to cost the alien commander 20 res to actually replace that, but they've got the second hive up. They've got Gorge playing Gorge with the Drifter, building that hive a lot quicker. Marines were in a really good position. They are maintaining upgrades. They've got weapons 2, armor 2, which at the 8 minute mark is really strong, and they've got a shotgun. So if they actually decide to make a decisive push with the 5 Marines down in south tunnels, they're going to be really powerful.
See now, 5 Marines, all of SNX, coming in through south tunnels into the hub. Try to get some of this action. Building up a phase gate.
Unit. Yeah, the phase gate, they're playing as one unit, they've got the shotgun, so they're moving together. I mean, you've got to be careful when you're going as a unit. Anyone that overextends is going to take a lot of damage from the phase, and that could be one guy dead, so you've got to make sure you stick together and watch each other's backs. We're seeing a bit of a base push from the alien team, 2 fades in the base, but the phase back through comes from the defense from the Marine team, and they send these fades running. Don't manage to get the kill on Villain, who gets away with about 20% HP. But he's trapped, actually.
1, 2, 3 fades still in the field, plus
he's got to be careful.
Plus a lurk. We got Blue at 47 res. Now you can go fade at 40. So it looks like, and you can go Onos at 60, I believe now.
Yeah, 60. But if you want to add Carapace, that's another 8. If you want to add Adrenaline or Celerity, that's another 8.
That's
And if
true.
you happen to want to add silence and camouflage, which is awesome, a silent, invisible Onos, it's going to cost you another 8, but it's awesome. And pubs.
Edaculus just gets out with his life in North Tunnels. And that's something that I wanted to bring up too. Upgrades now, depending on your life form, cost resources, so they're no longer free. Basically, from Gorge all the way up, Skulks is free, but from Gorge and all the way up to Onos, they increase in cost depending on your life form. And as you heard from Renegade, it costs 8 to do a upgrade from an Onos. It costs 5, I believe, for the Fade. And I forgot what the other 2 are.
I would expect 1 for the Gorge and 3 for Lurk, although I'm not guaranteeing that.
So
But it does make
Biomass
quite a
6
solid difference.
is being researched for the aliens. I keep forgetting to actually look at the biomass count. Biomass, the more biomass, other than unlocking upgrades, I believe, and I was checking this last night. Actually, I think it's the case. The more biomass you have as aliens, the more health your alien units have out on the field. And I believe last night, yeah, I remember doing that, upgrading biomass last night when we were testing, and then I jumped out of the hive, and from 70 as a skulk, I went to 74 health.
Okay.
So I believe that is still in. I know that's been in and out.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to remember because there's definitely that other bar out of 200 that the alien commander has, which determines how much population you have. So as you buy drifters and shifts and whips, that's going to go up and meet that 200 max. And I'm not sure what effect that has otherwise than just being a maximum. Something else you got to remember with the upgrades onto the life forms, so carapace, etc. The life forms are actually much cheaper. So a fade at 40 res is obviously cheaper than a fade at 50 res, but if you're paying 5 for each upgrade, then carapace adrenaline fade is just as expensive. It just means you can get the life form earlier.
Great job there with Rantology, following Villain around, shooting out that Umbra Cloud as he tries to attack. You know, the viability, you know, what's cool is that we're seeing lurks, you know, they're really slotting into that support class now, especially with Umbra being like kind of one of those early upgrades. People are really using that to their advantage, and I'm liking it. I'm liking to see the teamwork. I'm liking to see the timings so far that's bringing to the game.
Yeah, what you want to see from aliens like is versatility. Oh, that's unlucky.
Villain down in elevator, runs around the corner, no Umbra there by Rantology, and those 4 shotguns really just made short work of him. Edaculus and Boom, the only fades left on the field.
We've got
And
Villain doing. Okay,
I just want to call attention there to in Mezzanine that RT is going up, has gone up on Infestation. So marine structures can now be built on Infestation. They do take armor damage slowly over time, though.
Yeah, one of my favourite additions to the balance test mod is that Marines can build on Infestation, but if there's Infestation on a Marine building, it will cover it in a kind of bile that strips away armour. Not health, but just armour, so it will take away buildings' armour and weaken them so that if skulks come in, they can take an extractor out a lot quicker.
Edaculus and Boom doing a 2-fate push in. Oh, Boom! Overcommit!
Stays around for slightly too many shotgun blasts.
Ah, where was Edaculus? I think maybe he thought he was behind him. Come in, buddy, let's go!
Edaculus struggling to get away with about 20% health in ore processing as well. So you see Jekt, I think it was a 1v1 in repair room, managed to hold himself off.
You know, this is what we were saying before, like, I mean, fades against shotguns. Now, I mean, they gotta be so careful, because you get a good shotgunner, especially now that they just can't, you know, basically decapitate these Marines in 2 swipes. They just gotta be really careful. And as I said that, Edaculus takes down Jekt in 2 swipes in repair room.
Yeah, the Skulk there was actually backing him up. I think it was Villain, came back from the respawn and just rushed him. Tried to stay alive, just tried to use the walls for some speed, and just, he took a couple of shotgun blasts but wasn't killed very early. And, you know, you saw Edaculus come and finish him off.
Well, we're seeing now Nez, an outsider, moving in from the hub into repair room. They're still trying to get some sort of map control here. I mean, I think it's pretty even. Extractors are sitting on 5-5. Let's look at the resources here, which is not working. So
No.
let's look at team
Let's have a
kills.
look. Oh,
30-30.
Well, you can
We do have an
estimate the
Onos
resource towers. Have
on
we?
the
Where's
field.
that? You're sitting on one res. It's hard to know whether you've got upgrades or not, but I would doubt it. I mean, that's a pretty early on this.
Onos out on the field. Advanced Armory has been
He's taking a lot of
started.
damage. He's on
Lots of
50% health
damage.
and repair him.
Yeah,
He's
36%.
just gonna have to run away, so that's the weakness
He's the one
there.
that needs an Umber Cloud.
Yeah. I mean, it is an even game. You've got 6 extractors for the Marine team, 4 harvesters. The aliens have got the life forms already, so they don't need the extractors for that reason. But the Marines, again, they've got their upgrades already, so it's a really even game, and it's just about skill right now.
Yeah, this is really good. I mean, they got 3 carapace down. There goes the spur, so one of those spurs is going to go down. That's going to give access to the celerity upgrade.
FaZe doing a smart job of actually coming into hub to take on the phase gate as soon as the Marines push, and they're actually putting a replacement phase gate up in the mezzanine, and they've got the power up, so it's hard to know whether they'll fully on replace the hub phase gate or just use it as a secondary one to push server room.
In terms of upgrades here, guys, just to let you know, that Crag Hive gives them the ability for their Crags to be able to upgrade to Bile, Umbra, and Stomp, depending on their biomass level. And that Shift Hive gives them access to upgrades to Gorge Tunnel, Leap, and Xenocide, again, depending on their biomass
It's a
level.
little bit spread out though, isn't it? So you can actually get the Crags, Shade, and Shift individual buildings, no matter what hive you've upgraded, and then you can unlock the upgrades from those individual buildings. Which is really good. It allows the anyone to make a lot more intuitive and smart decisions about, like, I want a Crag here, but I've only got the Shift Hive, so it opens up more options. He can get the Shift Hive early if he wants early celerity for the Skulks, and he's not going to actually lose out on the Crags.
Well, big push here in server room. We got 4 Marines, 1 with a flamethrower. Flamethrower's base damage has been increased. They do not benefit from weapon upgrades, though. Here comes the rest of the team with Blue coming in there. Boom is nano shielded. Looks like he's going to go down, but Blue better be careful. He's at 60%. He does have Umbra, which is going to be able to soak up a lot of damage, but watch out! Blue at 16%! 5%! Oh!
I can't believe that!
Oh my gosh!
If that Marine had come out of that phase gate 2 seconds earlier, he would have got more rifle damage off, and he would not have been walking away with 5% health. That was crazy.
That was great. Rentology shooting some Umber Clouds into ET. Boom coming around the corner. Daculus
the aliens
finishing
have
off
got
Outsider.
Aliens have got really interesting stuff going on here. They've got the Onos on defense with the Lurk with the Umbra and the Gorge as well with the heal spray, and then they're using the phase to just stay around the map, sort of soak up Marines that try to take on repair room, and they're actually smacking hub and have actually taken up the phase gate there. So the phase sort of harassing and scouting, and the Onos on defense whilst the Marines trying to push from that mezzanine phase gate.
Yeah, I like it. Daculus just taking down the RT there in logistics. Outsider responding a little bit too late. They do have a robotics factory going up in the hub, and Blue, Boom, and Rantology have taken out Mezzanine. Jetpacks have now been completed.
Look at that nano shield. How many hits did that Onos pull off? Very powerful. Yeah, I'd say the Marines are actually on the back foot now. They're trying to sort of keep up with the aliens. Once that Onos came out, they were in a weak position, and the Onos, if it had gone down, I'd say even game. At the moment, the Marines are actually, I'd say, struggling a little bit. They have got the jetpacks finished, so that's going to turn it around possibly, give them some momentum and actually take back Mezzanine, make a push on server room with some arc perhaps.
Third Hive dropped down in repair room, 12% grown there. We see that the Drifter is making sure that it builds it, cutting down that time. I believe an undrifter built hive, I was told yesterday that it's like almost close to 10 minutes building on its own, but with a drifter it's down to 4 minutes.
Yeah. They've actually they've got the shade up, but a little bit of a mismatch there, because the shade's going to hide the hive, so they could have built it in secret, but the drifter wasn't shaded. It was using its attack to actually build that hive, and it wasn't invisible. So somehow revealing their invisible plan. And they've taken out the shade and they're pushing on it. They've got 4 Marines coming into repair room. They've phased alert, coming in to take on Jekt, who's actually overextended slightly. He's getting his med packs, but separated there.
This is a smart move.
Umbering the hive.
This is a smart move from SNX. I mean, they have to get this hive down. They cannot allow, each hive can only give 3 biomass, so they cannot allow this hive to go up to let them get 9 biomass, which would give them a fully upgraded Onos.
Yeah. with the silence abilities, with the Ono Stomp, which is actually more effective now. It used to happen on the ground, now it's a sphere around the Onos, which I think stomps the jetpackers, or I'm not sure, which makes it a lot more effective.
Well, they are successful in taking down that hive over in repair room.
Yeah, a quick shift to repair them with the jetpacks. This is what makes jetpacks so useful, is you can come out of phase gate, and you can see right in the center there, hub phase gate's so powerful, because you can get into pretty much any room very quickly with those jetpacks.
See now a push to their main base up against the power, 45% there, a couple fades. We're trying to take that down, but SNX phased through to stop that push. We're still seeing blue going back and forth in mezzanine. Harvester is down. He's supported by a drifter, which is fairly powerful now to be as support, and we're seeing now a push back into shipping.
Yeah, Brantology doing one thing, she's just spraying Umbra everywhere, keeping these fades alive. This shotgun's so powerful right now, they're gonna need Umbra to stop any surprise. What are we seeing, Red Dog? We've actually got an arc in hub, and we know the arcs move a lot slower on the infestation, so arc plays are just as powerful, but a lot slower. You've got to make sure you babysit those arcs.
Meaning that, you know, we're gonna see robotics factories closer to bases now. You know, another change here, actually, that I read this morning in the changelog was that whips no longer whack grenades.
I think that's a 249 update, actually, not a balance test. And I think that was just in response to how they coded it. They changed the code of grenades so that they responded better client side, so you'd see a prediction of the grenade movement slightly better. But as a result, which they didn't deem important, the grenade whip, you know, hit back, it wasn't actually going to work properly. So they just thought, well, it's a lot better for the game if we put in the new code for the grenades and don't worry so much about the whips.
Well, now we got Kerr in the hub with a jetpack with grenades.
You got Redtology still on that lurk. I'm not sure if that's her first lurk of all game, but she's sitting on 70 P-res, and you're going to need to see the Onos soon. I mean, a lurk at this point, it's nice to keep a fade alive, or you could just buy a fade and have another one. Or you could go for that second Onos, and with the two Onos, I mean, you see it so often, as soon as you get the two Onos, the alien team just like sits in logistics, wait for the Marines to push, and kill the power node and shipping. That's all their infantry bolters down.
Oh!
Not sure what happened.
Does go down. I missed it somewhere on the map. So they are down a fade. But he's at 55. He can totally get that back up and fully upgraded.
Wow, yeah, you look at the extractors for the alien side, they're just doing a lot better. Twice as many, yeah, it's just... It doesn't matter how many life forms they kill now.
I think DN, I mean, really should... I mean, Rentology, yeah, has 75. I mean, you got Villain, and Boom that are close to Onos. If Rentology stays lurk, I think those Umbras, you know, those Umbra clouds, or the Umbra cloud with Onos
she's just spent it.
running in.
She's just spent it. So you can see she's on 9 res now, so she's clearly just spent about 60 res and probably an Onos.
There we go.
Could be a fade with a few upgrades, but... yeah, I see your point. You keep the lurk and get everyone else on Onos, but again, you could probably just have her go Onos and then someone else go maybe T-res lurk or P-res lurk, and you just do a lot sooner. But you're seeing
well,
the
they can afford it. 109.
They can do what they want.
Res, they can do anything.
Yeah.
Oh man.
T-res fades.
Here comes.
How many arcs is that?
An arc push, 5 arcs into north tunnels. We got a armory going down, and it looks like they're gonna start hammering mezzanine. Normally see this. We saw this a lot in vanilla.
Red Dog, what do you think about armories being used purely to block off alien life forms?
I think it's a great tactic.
Okay.
I think it's a great tactic. I usually say that, hey, if it's allowed in the game, you know, because a lot of people say, oh, base rush is cheese, and I'm like, well, you know what? At this level of play, you better be ready for it. You know,
yeah,
like...
I wouldn't say that. I mean, base rush is cheese is nonsense because it's a strategy game. Like, it's part of the game is to base camp, you know, kill the base as much as you can, and take advantage of the fact that Marines aren't defending it. Armory's just solidly doorway closed. I'm not a huge fan of. They're actually deepening.
Oh!
Pushing the alien team.
While that was happening, huge push here, enzymed, 3 Onos in shipping. DN really taking it. There goes the power. All the upgrades lost. Oh man, SNX
Blue
caught.
gets away with 2% health.
Edaculus going down. Oh man, and they don't have another base. Power's down. IP MPs are down. Doom is the only one left. And there we go. Good game. DN takes it with a great counter.
Well, that's not changed from vanilla. You see those 2 or 3 owners. I mean, 3 owners is a lot of health and damage. You're just going to sit on the power node. You saw it. They didn't care about the players. They had the other guys on the players. And they just sat on the power node and killed it. As soon as the upgrades are down, the Fades can kill those Marines just as quickly as they can at the start of the game. And that's what's important.